Yo. I bet we should be ready, right? Yo. I bet we ready for this bullshit. I bet we ready for this bullshit.
This is Fred Beck from Fred Talks Fighting, proudly sponsored by Boohoo Man. I'm joined by Wade Clem after the weigh-ins here today.
Yep.
But before we get going, Wade, I've got a little present for you.
What's
and this
that?
is nearly been about 4 years in the making. I know that you do want it. Look at this.
Oh, okay, finally.
Show
Hey.
the camera.
Shout out to Happy Punch. I appreciate the honor and the privilege of being best commentator of 2023 in the influencer boxing scene. Thank you very much. Thanks to Fred. I appreciate that.
All right. I
man.
had to collect it for you back in October,
sick, dude.
before the prime card.
Awesome.
You want to give it a little clean? So I got my fingerprints over it.
There's something
I'll
on
grab you in
here.
a second, B-Dave.
There's something on here,
Dave
bro.
over
There's some
there.
stains and stuff. I
Yeah.
don't know what you've been doing with this thing, but I'm just gonna put it down before I catch something.
Any
bro.
diseases?
Yeah, I don't know what's
But
going
yeah,
on.
Keem saw me now be happy. You finally
Yeah, shout out
got your
Keem,
award.
man. Shout out Keem, Alex, all the people over at Happy Punch. They're killing it right now, by the way. Their socials are just exploding, so big shouts to Happy Punch.
We'll go straight into it then. The fight that happened at the weigh-in. It wasn't between Jake and Mike. It seemed between one of Mike's team.
So they separated Jake and Mike. There was a shove, right? But after that, it was like Jake was on the far side of the stage and Mike was on this far, and they were in the middle just having like a mosh pit between the security teams. But hey, man, you'd rather have that than have the two fighters doing that. So, okay, get rowdy between the securities and make sure everybody cools down. I thought they handled it. Maybe went a little too far with the security, but no one got hurt.
No one got hurt. You're gonna go viral moment. Everyone's certainly a winner there. But obviously you're doing on stage there, interviewing Jake Paul, interviewing Mike Perry. Are they any different? You've interviewed Jake quite a few times. The intensity, I guess, it's all the same as last time.
No,
in terms of how intense they are, how ready to go they are.
Yeah, they both look ready to go. Mike did give me a little bit of a, kind of happy that everything was over kind of thing. Like, all right, we're here now, like kind of a relief thing. I don't know how much to read into the fight for that, but yeah, man, Jake looked dialed, Mike looked dialed. We're going to get a banger tomorrow. I think it's going to be a fun fight.
Certainly, it is good. And Ashton Silva, obviously, he's got a very competitive fight himself. So
His name is H2O now, sir.
really,
We call him H2O. Yeah, bro. Come on.
Well, I knew me and Ashton go way back. We do go way back. When I was 16 and he was 16, doing interviews.
Damn, really?
So I feel like I can call him Ashton,
I don't know. You better check with H2O on that,
Yeah, they're like
You hear
Fred.
that? You can't hear it on camera, but they're still chanting body out there. There was a big Canadian presence here today for H2O's
What does body mean?
That's his opponent,
Oh,
Body.
that's his name, Body.
Yeah, see this guy, bro. What's this guy doing, bro?
Have you had time to go out in Tampa? Have you had time to enjoy your trip?
I went on a run. We went to Top Golf last night.
And I wasn't invited. Wow.
Me and Dan Canobio.
Wow, and I know Dan very well. Me and Dan go way back as well. I saw him the first time in person. Is he around here? I don't know if he's sitting down here. I know.
You know what it is, man?
Wow, me and Dan,
Happening in
I've known Dan, I think longer than I've known you. I know Dan for ages, actually.
He's the man.
Yeah, Dan is the man, actually, yeah.
He whooped me in Top Golf last night, but I went for a run, lost 8 pounds on a run. That's how much humidity's
Wow.
out here in Tampa right now.
30 degrees, isn't it?
Well, depending on Fahrenheit, we do it a little different, but yeah. So it's about 100 out here, but yeah. I've enjoyed Tampa, man. I love this place. I've been here a week now, and I'm going to Orlando next week.
Orlando. What are you in Orlando for?
Prospects.
Prospects. Oh wow, they're doing back-to-back events.
Yep. Because remember, Prospects was scheduled for after the Mike Tyson fight. Obviously we kept the card together here in Tampa, and then we'll go to Orlando.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting indeed. Same busy, which is definitely good to see.
Yes.
Mike Tyson, do you reckon he'll be here tomorrow?
Good question. Probably not. Maybe surprise appearance.
It
We'll
makes
see.
sense to do a face-off in the ring if Jake were to win, but I don't know if Mike would come down. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows what Mike's got going on right now? He's Mike Tyson, so I don't know. That's a good question.
Last time we had Sweetie here. Remember last time? She was ringside. Any other celebs you know are coming down?
That's my girl. Don't ever disrespect her, all right? That's
Well, you went viral on ESPN. Do you remember? Is that your most viral commentator moment on ESPN?
Yeah,
It's got to be millions of views.
either
it got.
that or me and Jake in Dubai
Oh, yeah.
for the Tommy Fury and Big John.
But I think, did ESPN... Oh, yeah, good point.
ESPN covered that, yeah.
Okay, well, maybe that might be more viral.
I was on Sports Center, Fred. I'm on a different level now, all right, brother? You got to pay me for these.
Sports
No,
Center,
yeah,
blimey, that's insane.
I don't know who we'll get, man. I heard some names rumored to be, but as far as like actually being here, I have no idea.
Okay.
We'll see.
Interesting point. Just a couple more things before I let you go. I know you got a
Talk
whiz.
about these shoes you got on. What are those?
These are the cheap ones. I went on the Nike store. I can't show them to the camera.
Okay.
They're Jordan lows. I went to the Nike store and went
First
filtered.
off, we got to stop saying Nike. It's Nike, brother. Listen. You can't just come in with the
Which
UK
I
slang
think
and start
chat,
talking about I went to
Nike
the
or
Nike
Nike.
store. Yeah, no, bro, it's Nike.
I need to go for some of the outlet stores here. The outlet stores are really good, but don't have that in the UK.
Listen, I save my money. This dude be spending too much, bro. I be trying to tell
Whoa, let me finish my story. So I went to,
Boy.
I went to the, so I went on the Nike app,
Yep.
and I went men's low to high, and then scrolled.
Let's be honest, you did women's because you got them small feet. It's okay, bro. You said unisex. What size?
Unisex feet, but on the cheapest possible.
Okay, but you got some nice shoes. You got some
Thank
nice
you.
shoes.
Thank you very much. The camera's turned. We've got a guy looking around the camera. The camera's spun the other way. For Mike Perry though, are you surprised how kind of crazy he is? He's gone viral quite a few times.
No,
I saw he went on Theo Von's podcast.
Yeah.
And got very angry on that.
Yeah. Listen, Mike is. He's not a character. That's just who he is, man. You see him at the elevator at the hotel. You see him out in the street. That's the same way he is. He's just intense. He's got energy. You touch him and you might get shocked by a lightning bolt, you know? So I think Mike deserves this, man. For all the work he's put into the combat sports game, he deserves a moment like this, and I'm glad he's getting it.
What do you make of Conor McGregor calling out Jake Paul, kind of dissing him?
It was weird. That I was not surprised by. He called him a little dweeb. That's kind of been the go-to. What was weird was when they brought it up here and they asked Mike about it.
Mike started dissing Conor.
Mike turned on him. Mike went rogue on Conor, which I think is because Mike wants that fight too. And, you think about it, that Conor-Jake fight is there, but Conor's a part owner in Bare Knuckle now, and he's only got 2 fights left on his deal in the UFC. I can see Bare Knuckle trying to make that Mike Perry and Conor McGregor fight if Mike is going to win this, if he wins this one. So, yeah, it was weird to see. He was like, I was the first part owner, and my tequila is not even out yet, but it's bigger than. I was like, damn, okay, go off, Mike. I love it, though. But, yeah, Conor, that's par for the course, called Jake the dweeb and all that. But, listen, 3 years ago, I would have said it was impossible. Now, very possible.
But what about Nate Diaz, Conor McGregor, Bare Knuckle?
Bare Knuckle, I don't know about that. I don't think that the UFC would miss out on having one more in the octagon.
You really think so?
Why wouldn't you? People would love that. The UFC is the home of it, and I think Nate wants to get back into the UFC. He's talked about wanting to fight Leon Edwards, which is probably not going to happen. But I think they'd do business with him if it was a Conor Nate 3.
Yeah. Who wins that one?
Conor. Yeah. If Conor is at all the same level as what he was before the leg break, then Conor.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair enough. I'm trying to think off the top of my head, is there any other news, any other points that I'm missing out on in terms of Twitter?
You're doing your freaking debut. That kind of went mini viral on Twitter. I saw that. People were pumped.
People were not pumped. I was showing Cole, who's one of the IFL reporters, the comments. They're just like hate comments. And I was like, sugar.
We'll practice right now. Introduce me. I'll walk off and not come back.
No, I can't do it. I can't do it now. I'm used to a big crowd, you know. There's a lot of hate comments. That's the first time I got some proper hate on Twitter, and I was like, sugar.
You'll be fine, dude. You're gonna kill it. Don't listen to that stuff, dude.
I love how Ariel does it. He does it in his own. He doesn't do a showmanship way. He does it in his own way.
It's a regular voice. It's him. That's the way you should do it, man. It's your voice, your show. You're leading it. Go for it, man. Whatever. You gonna wear a suit though or not?
No, it's red sweatshirt. Because I'll still be doing.
Sweatshirt. Come on.
Yeah, 100%.
Collared shirt, something.
Well, like a Ralph Lauren collared shirt.
I'm not Ralph Lauren, but again, this guy's spending too much money. You can get one at Target, but I'm saying something a little, get the neck crease and the whole deal.
Maybe you could. But then again, I'll still have to be running around.
You do the sweater, and you do the white underneath the sweater. So you got the sweater still, but you got to, Or red. If you want to go double red, that's kind of crazy, but you could. Or black.
But then again, like, I see obviously Ariel wears suits, you wear suits when it's like fight day, if you see a hosting a press conference, you wear a suit.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm running around doing interviews, so you get quite sweaty doing that. And so running around in a suit, you're not James Bond, it's not the best look. And when you're sweating with a blazer. It's like back at school.
You're not James Bond.
Well, he's always running around in a suit, isn't he?
He is, but that's just a crazy reference. You're not James Bond.
Is he not big here, James Bond, in America?
Pretty big. I mean, who plays Bond? They're trying to look for.
It's Daniel Craig.
No, he's done.
But he's done now. He got killed off.
Fred Dog's Fighting to play him next. There you go. Yeah, that's about it, dude. I think that's all. You know, for now, we got a lot of stuff coming up in August, but we just got to wait a little bit. You got 2 fights, Misfits in August.
Yeah.
That double
busy
thing's
month.
it's gonna be big.
Still waiting for Danny Aaron's next opponent.
Yeah, what happened with that?
Bevo had an operation. Speaking about Danny Aaron's, actually, I remember you spoke to him on Twitter, or exchanged with him, about having multiple times, but the first time I think you guys connected was when you said about doing a UFC tournament.
Yeah.
Did anything ever come of this?
No. I kind of abandoned it when I couldn't get people to do it unless there was money involved.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like, all right. People, unless you put some money down, people are like, nah, bro, what am I doing?
So people won't just put like £100 or £200 in and the winner takes all?
No, people don't want to put their own money in to potentially win it back or lose it, right? They want to have a prize at the end of it and do that. I think Danny would have. I think Danny just wants to play the game, but other people.
Gib wanted to get paid, huh?
No, I wasn't Gib. Trust me, I'm not
joking, Gib.
But there were some people that were like, oh, you know, if there's not paid, then I'm not doing it.
Did you not get a sponsor?
Tried.
Oh, really?
Tried.
Oh, wow, so you didn't go full length.
Yeah, I used, you know, some connections I have. We tried to do it. We even
did?
tried to get, you know, EA to get involved.
Yeah.
But maybe in the future. It's not, you know, dead in the water totally. I just got to, you know, present more time to it. That's all.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
But Danny's my guy, though. I like Danny. Danny's good. I'm excited to see him fight. I know he's been
Did he
training.
fight now? Because Bevo's off.
Bazinga?
Joe Weller will be good, but Joe Weller's a bit too soon, maybe? Or
I don't know. I mean, what's too soon at this point? Joe Weller hasn't fought in fucking 4 years. Sorry for cursing, but he hasn't been in there, and Danny's been training. I don't know if Joe has. Joe seems like every time you see
he's traveling a lot, isn't he? He's always in Thailand.
He's always like in Thailand, or he's in like in a waterfall, or he's like, you know, doing something. So I don't know, but at this point, dude, they just need matchups. They just need names. So you can't be as picky as being like, oh, well, this guy's got this much. You got to go at this point. You know what I mean? So it's just a matter of who's willing to do it for the right price, and you hope that they can find somebody for him.
Yeah, true. Joe Weller come back. Well, I guess that is worthy of a co-main for a KSI card. Yeah, it could be a main event in itself, Joe Weller returning, to be fair.
They just need to solidify something, because KSI is carrying that thing right now. There's not been a ton of promo for it, and I know it's tough, man. You know, we do the whole thing with like, oh, guys need to promo more, guys need to promo more. It's tough, you know. You're doing 2 in 1 month. It's like if you do the promo for that one, you just walk all over the one beforehand. So if you wait, then you only got 2 weeks to do the promo after. So they're in a tough spot, but
it's already sold out, the Island one. But then again, you want to sell the pay-per-views.
Right. That's something that, of course, you're going to make money on the gate because KSI is involved, and you're doing it in Ireland.
But I would assume that it would do around like the 300,000, 400,000 mark for pay-per-views.
Say it again.
I presume it would do about the 300,000 to 400,000 mark for pay-per-views.
Think?
I would say so, yeah.
We'll see. I don't know. Not that. No, I don't think so. Because again, you're seeing a trend with these things to where, like, if it's continuously short notice, people have no chance to really get their mind around it.
But this KSI one isn't short notice, though.
Well,
I admit the other Misfit.
Like, push, you know what I mean? Like, when you're pushing the pay-per-view, they did one press conference and that was it.
Right.
They haven't talked about it since.
But isn't the normal thing to have one press conference and then one press conference in fight week?
But think about it. When he fought Joe, when he fought Temper, when he fought these guys, even if they were late notice opponents, there was like a push for KSI, return, next challenge, whatever, right? This 2-on-1 thing, I don't feel like they've done really much with it. And maybe that's Slim because of AT. I don't know. I heard someone say that AT, I don't even know, has he said anything?
About what?
About the fight? I don't even know where he's been, but yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's tough, though, because, like, you really have to have all the push be around KSI, and I know he's tired of doing it right now. You can see it. So it's like, someone said he walked off in the face-to-face. So he was
I
like,
think Slim I mentioned that.
He's like, I don't want to, I'm not wasting my time with this. So it's like, I get it.
Mind games, maybe?
Maybe, but also, I kind of get it. You know, he's kind of frustrated with the whole thing, and I get it too. I don't think the thing should be 2v1, but...
They're the body chants again. Wow, they really are.
They're coming out, dude. The point I'm trying to make is I hope it does well. I just don't... The 2 events in 1 month thing, I don't know. We'll see.
You did a live watch along to... I was there in Dubai the other day. The TK... The Tam Khan card, the social knockout card. You did a live watch along for that.
Yeah, I wanted to see Fox and Salt Poppy. It was cool.
The Darren Till one that kicked off.
That was hilarious. The guy like acted like he had been shot in the head and laid on the canvas, and then popped up and tried to single leg Darren Till. Crazy. Amir Khan was talking his stuff. I saw that.
And then I nearly got into Amir Khan. It was so annoying. I went, no, which was really frustrating actually. That would have gone viral probably. But I was meant to go interview him, but he left. He did his interview at the arena, then just left. He didn't watch any of the fights. And I was like,
wow, really?
he watched about one of the fights and then left. And I was like, this was early on, and I was like, sugar. I was like, damn son. But at least he went. It was a good event, to be fair. Shout out to Sam Khan for putting on a great event. Because I love the what, in Dubai?
Well, I don't know, just the TK or whatever.
Well, Tam spoke. While I was talking to Tam spoke quite positively about about working in Misfits and working well with Mams. I reckon so.
They should, man. They should be like. I mean, I've said this for forever. Misfits should be collaborating with more people, man. Like more companies and stuff too. I thought Creator Clash would have been a good idea for them to do some sort of collaboration with.
Is Creator Clash over now?
I think it might be. I don't know. I haven't heard anything in a while, but I think that would have been a great thing for them to do collaboration stuff with. Yeah, I mean, as much as you can at this point, because if you're running that many events, you need fighters and you need people that are, staying active. And if it's not on your platform, it can be on others, and then they come back. Like, it should make sense, Everybody helps everybody.
Yeah, okay, I can see. Well, I guess now, I would agree and disagree almost, because I guess now you get some fighters who haven't fought in ages. Lots of fighters haven't fought to the Prime card, so it's almost where you got loads of fighters now, where there's only 8 slots on a card. You see, there's 16 slots on a card, you've got 8 fights. So it's almost got to put more events on, I guess.
Either more events, or you prioritize a certain number of fighters and cut the roster.
Right, okay.
That sounds harsh, but...
Yeah. I couldn't say that, but I guess you could.
I'm saying, like, do you want to prioritize entertainment viewership and building? Or, I get it, you want to put more people on your cards, but I've said it for a long time. Cut the events. Do half of what you're doing. Do a fourth of what you're doing. And
well, have less events. Whoa. No. We love their events.
I know. I'm not saying that you... But again, that's where the collaboration can come in. That's where these social KOs can help out. You feed the fighters. If they're not on Misfits, you go over there for a bit, come back
like
for the big event.
WWE NXT sort of vibe.
WWE collaboration with TNA or collaboration with... It never happened.
They never collabed, yeah. Well, I guess you got to look at it where the UFC never collabed.
WWE does collab with TNA right now. They
really?
do. Yeah, they share talent. Jordan Grace just came over from TNA. Okay, I'm pro wrestling stuff. But you get what I'm saying. If you really wanted to do it, you would... I mean, if they got a contract, and that is what it is. But I think if you wanted those guys like the Dean the Greats, like the Slims, like the Salt Poppies to be more active and keeping that, building them, you could put them on these different things and then bring them back for the big events. But
well, I guess Mams did. Shout out to Mams, because Mams did do it for Fox and Salt, because they were going to be on the sidelines for like a few months, so they got the experience and got paid.
You can't the stuff I'm saying is impossible because you're under contract. You got to fulfill dates at this point. It's just, if I was fantasy booking it, that's what I would think would be the best for the growth of influencer boxing, or to keep it sustainable.
If you were to ever fight, would you more likely fight on Misfits or MVP?
I think probably, I don't know.
Has Nikisa ever hinted to it or joked about it?
No problem. Nikisa has no problem with me doing anything ever. I've never had an issue with them on anything. I can do whatever I want. I've asked DAZN, and they're like, no, we don't care. Do whatever. So it wouldn't matter to me. It would just be, where was the business best and what would make the most sense.
Okay, that's fair. Well, awesome, Wade. I'll see you tomorrow night.
Do it, bro.
And yeah, you can put that Happy Punch trophy home.
Hey,
and put that Happy Punch trophy home.
There you go.
And yeah, it can go in your background, or when you got family over, say, what was that trophy for, Wade? You're like, well, best commentator.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to clean it off. Fred did some evil things with this, bro. I don't know if this was out of spite or revenge, but some. All right. Appreciate you, dog.
Nice one, mate. Thank you.
What should I watch next?
You too as well, always.
You got a different Mike, but talk to us about the fight. Is it weird getting along with Mike Perry so well and having to punch him in the face?
Nah, you know, I'll fight anybody. I'll spar anybody. I'll fuck anybody up. He said some nasty things, so he's funny and all that, but there is bad blood, and Saturday night I'm going to end him.
You had that famous sparring session. You've both been on great runs since then. What do you think of Mike's trajectory since that?
No, Mike's been on a tear. He's in his prime. Make no mistake. He's undefeated in bare knuckle. He's beaten some legends, and that's great, but they're not me. They don't know how to box. They don't have my power. So Mike Perry saying he is in his prime. You know, he's young. There's no excuses for this after I knock him out.
What do you make of his pressure?
I think his pressure is, you know, a lot for someone to handle if they don't know what they're doing. But he's not a good pressure fighter. People don't know how to take away and pick him apart. And so that's what I'm going to show on Saturday night, is exposing all of his weaknesses.
Next, Kevin.
You know, obviously it's not in the plan for you. Kevin Garcia with Fight Hype, Jake. So obviously it's not in the plan for you. You come to win. I'm sure that you're sure of yourself in this W. Let's just say in some Twilight Zone universe, Mike pulls off a win. How could that affect your possible fight with Tyson in November?
It's not going to happen, man. I just, it's not possible. So I can't even answer that question. I know I'm going to win with ease.
There you go. Have you spoke to Mike Tyson at all? Do you have any update you can offer us?
Yeah, no, he's doing good. He's back to training. He was concerned with me taking this fight. He's like, what is Jake thinking? This guy, Mike Perry's a killer. So he has some concerns. But Tyson, my message to you is, don't worry, I'm going to put this guy to sleep. This is a Mike appetizer, and then you're next.
Yeah, Jake, people want to know your walkout, more or less than 90 and a half seconds.
It sounds like a little better thing we got going on here. My walkout's probably going to be more than 90 seconds.
Jake, just a question from the UK fans. Obviously, Carl Froch has said some not nice things about you in the past. But he actually tweeted saying that you might go over with your comments about Donald Trump. What are your feelings towards Carl? And he's made it clear he wants to fight. Do you think that can happen?
Yeah, who is he? Is he Tommy Fury's camp?
Carl Froch.
He said what?
He's obviously had some back and forth in the past.
I have?
Carl said a lot about you.
Okay. Well, shout out to Carl. I don't know what to say, but yeah, man, like obviously all these people in boxing or MMA, whatever he is, they're gonna talk shit. They're gonna discredit everything that I've done and in this sport because they're jealous. They want to be in my position or they want to fight me. So it is what it is.
Mike has to face a bare knuckle boxing. How do you think his power will translate over into boxing?
Man, I'm sure he's gonna have some good power. I just believe that he's not going to be able to hit me. I'm going to be too fast, working behind my jab the whole entire night and moving out of the way of his big punches and exposing him and his chin.
What are your thoughts on the lawsuit between Diaz and Fever?
Say it again?
What are your thoughts on the Diaz-Masvidal lawsuit?
I think Nate Diaz and the Masvidal lawsuit just shows how dumb these people are. This is not an easy business. Boxing is not easy. It's not easy to sell pay-per-views. If someone's giving you a big guarantee, it's most likely fraudulent. And Nate Diaz should have taken my $15 million MMA offer, but yesterday's price is not today's price, so now that he needs the money, the offer goes down, and I'm still down to run it in the PFL against Nate Diaz.
You say 2025 you want to be world champion. Is there any way for cruiserweight, is that correct?
Yeah, in the next 2 years, I will be cruiserweight world champion.
Are you eyeing anyone in particular?
There's a lot of names on the list. I want everybody, and I'm going to prove to everybody that I can upset these guys and that I'm a greater boxer than everyone ever thought.
Jake, you know, you just talked about Nate Diaz and Masvidal and their situation, and I just want to ask, you know, is there any potential possibility that you could ever mend things with Dana? He's spoken respectfully about you at times, like on his Club Shay Shay interview. He didn't bash or anything like that. Considering the fact that he seems to be the impediment between you and a Nate Diaz MMA fight or a Masvidal MMA fight, could that relationship ever be mended?
Look, there's a lot of things I respect about Dana White, his politics, what he did for MMA, but now it's time for him to pay his UFC fighters more. And so if he can agree to do that, then I'm more than down to sit down and have a conversation with him and work on our relationship like grown men. And at the end of the day, I just want what's best for the fighters.
KSI is fighting Slim the Hitman and Anthony Taylor in a 1 versus 2. Do you think you've now proven the difference between you and KSI in terms of you taking the sport seriously and maybe him not?
Yeah, man. I mean, he's been a joke in the sport since day one. I said before the Gibb fight that he would never fight me, and that still holds true. He's doing this WWE tag team boxing, and that's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to become a world champion.
Jake, when do you reckon you're going to make your transition to MMA? Do you think next year maybe?
I think I'll make the transition into MMA when the opponent or an opponent wants to sign a contract, somebody that I'm interested in fighting for my first MMA fight, and that's a name like Nate Diaz. I would be interested in fighting Mike Perry, but I want to do MMA. I love it. I have a wrestling background, and I think it'd be really exciting.
Thank you, everyone. That's it. That's all we got. Jake.
First, let's say hello to the king of violence, the Platinum One, who's evolving and maturing in front of our eyes. He's now a husband, a father, but make no mistake about it, he's one of the toughest SOBs on the planet. Had a great run in the UFC, transferred over to bare knuckle fighting, and he has beaten every big name that has come his way. Michael Venom Page, Eddie Alvarez, Luke Rockhold, Thiago Alves. He has beaten them all, and he has bloodied them all. Now he enters the pro boxing route. He steps up to fight Jake Paul, and he tries to be the first MMA fighter to beat Jake Paul. He's the one and only, a resident of Florida, Platinum Mike Perry, everyone. Make some noise for Platinum Mike Perry, the one and only, the often imitated, the never duplicated, one of one. Is he rocking the chain? He is. My man Mike, good to see you. And the Versace hat too. He's been putting on a show all week, and I can't wait to see how things unfold here today. Finally, last but not least, let us say hello to the face of MVP. Let us say hello to the man who, like I said, 4-0 against those MMA fighters. 2 great knockouts, first-round knockouts in his last 2 fights. Supposed to fight Mike Tyson on July 20th. That fight not happening until November, and so he could have sat back and just waited. He said, nah, let me fight this guy, this crazy SOB, this guy that everyone says he wouldn't fight. Let's say hello, everyone, to El Gallo de Dorado. Let's say hello to the problem child, the one and only, the disruptor, Jake Paul. 9-1, 6 knockouts. The co-founder of Most Valuable Promotions, Jake Paul, in the house. Great to see him. Making us all smell so very good, and he's got his mascots here with him. I'm glad to see that they're okay after yesterday's incident. I was a little bit worried about that, but glad to see that everyone is feeling good, safe and sound. All right, let's get into things, guys, and let us start with you, Jake. Interesting scene yesterday. Mike beat up your mascot. Did he make things personal when he did that?
Nah, it is what it is, you know. He's going to have to pay for that on Saturday night, and at the end of the day, it's great promo for W at Walmart. Get it today. That's all it is, so thank you, Mike, honestly, for the promo. But on Saturday, he is going to have to pay for that. He took out an employee, little body shop, but hey, Saturday night is where all the answers and the truth comes out.
You're going to have to pay for that, sir.
Mike, like I said, and it's great to see you, 4-0 he is against the MMA fighters. Do you feel like you are representing MMA here? Do you have to right the wrong here? Do you have to get the win for not only yourself, but the community, the sport? Finally beat this man so that he can stop fighting these MMA fighters and beating them.
I'm doing it for everybody, for me, for the fans, for BKFC, for MMA, you know, just mainly for me because I believe in myself and my boxing ability. I'm a brawling boxing mug, so I'm ready to get in the ring with Jake and have some fun. And it's SOG. Don't talk about my mom like that.
Oh, I'm sorry, no. I thought that was Andre Ward.
No, you said I'm an SOB.
Well, I just meant tough. I didn't mean...
Son of a gun is more preferable.
I apologize.
Thank you, sir. No, it's okay.
Mrs. Perry, I apologize. Is she here? Because I'll personally apologize.
She'll be here tomorrow night.
I'll do that.
Or Saturday night, sorry.
My apologies to her. Speaking of BKFC, earlier today, Jake, in beautiful Marbella, Spain, there was a press conference, and this fight came up. I don't know if you saw the clip, but Conor McGregor, who's a owner now of BKFC, was hyping up Mike, called you Michael Perry, said you're doing great things, and he's rooting for you, and he said that Mike is fighting a little dweeb on Saturday. I'm wondering if you saw that clip and if you have a response to what Conor had to say.
Well, first of all, he's big upping the BKFC, but you're going to see what I'm going to do to their best fighter on Saturday night. I'm going to embarrass their whole entire league. This guy has no skill. Those are just brawler, idiot, street fighter dudes who have no idea what the sweet science is. And Conor McGregor can say what he wants, but he won't fight me either. So once I knock out Mike Perry, Conor McGregor, let's run it. But you won't do it because you know what's going to happen. You saw what I did to Nate Diaz, who you went toe-to-toe with. So Conor McGregor, lay off the cocaine, get in the gym, and start winning fights, and then maybe we could have a conversation.
Don't clap for him. He's a disrespectful punk. Those men and women fight for their families over there. They put it all on the line, and they get in that ring, and they put on shows for the fans. Conor said my name was self-proclaimed, but they gave me the title of King of Violence, and my tequila is going to be better than his whiskey when that comes out. That was the drop of my brand that's coming out soon, is the Platinum Tequila, and I was an owner first in that company.
Will you be walking out with the belt, the King of Violence belt, on Saturday?
My team will have my trophy with me, yes.
Okay, can't wait for that. Great stuff, guys. And by the way, the media will be able to ask all the fighters questions as well, but I want to give some love to some of the other fighters. And Amanda, we will ask you a question or two. She's been saying a lot about you going into this fight. Dare I say some things a little bit disrespectful. Have you heard some of these comments? And if so, how do you feel about them?
Listen, I don't pay attention to that. That doesn't win fights. That doesn't pay my bills. I go out, I train hard, I fight hard, and you'll see Saturday night.
Stevie, massive opportunity for you, and I believe you have said, I'm paraphrasing here, but she's one of the weaker fighters at the top of the pound-for-pound ranks. Could you expand on those comments? Are these just fighting words, or is this what you truly believe?
Oh yeah, I'm not being disrespectful at all. I'm just stating facts. If I had to pick any of the fighters at the top, Amanda Serrano is the one I would choose, mainly because she's going to make me look good. Her fighting style is going to bring out the best in me. And again, no disrespect, but she's on her way out. She could have retired 2 years ago and been remembered forever.
Do you think she's looking past you because she has this big Katie Taylor fight coming up in November?
Who she is, I don't think she looks past any opponent, or she shouldn't be for sure.
One thing for sure, I am a professional, been in this game for 15 years. This is my 5th year fight, and I never overlooked any opponent.
All right. Great stuff there. Looking forward to that fight. That's going to be the co-main event on Saturday. H2O Silv, like I said, still just 20 years young, my man, but you are a veteran to these big fights. You've been here before. Some might say that your opponent on Saturday is your toughest test today. A little bit older, a little bit more experience. Do you agree with that assessment?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that assessment. And he's definitely undefeated. We all see that. He has a good resume, fought a few good fighters. So this would be one of my biggest challenges, and I'm excited to put my skill set to the test.
A question for my Canadian brother, Lucas. This is a big opportunity, and I've seen some interviews with you where you've been saying, like, you want the big fight, you want the big stage. Well, you're getting it on Saturday. When you got the call about this opportunity, what went through your mind?
I knew it was the time, and yeah, like you said, I've been waiting for an opportunity like this, a big opportunity, a big stage. You know, thank you to MVP for the opportunity. This is obviously my toughest fight, his toughest fight. We got 2 undefeated fighters. It's going to be a great fight.
You impressed with him?
Yeah, he's a great athlete, great fighter.
Do you know a lot about Lucas H2O and what you've seen from him? What's your assessment of him?
To be honest, I don't know a lot. I usually leave that to my team to do the homework. I just go in there and execute. But from what I saw, he's very fundamentally sound. He has a good right hand. I think that's his best attribute on his side of the field. But me fighting against fighters growing up, I definitely could see a lot of openings in there.
Okay, can't wait for that fight. I think it's going to be incredible. Now, also can't wait for this rematch. Corey, your first fight was a great one back in February of this year. And I'm just wondering, split draw, no one wants that. You don't want that. You are both still unbeaten as a result. I'm just wondering, what are some of the lessons that you learned from that first fight that you are going to look to apply in this fight on Saturday in the rematch?
I'd say don't take anything for granted. You know, you might think that you're in the lead or you might think that you're winning the fight, but at the end of the day, the judge is the one that decides that. So you got to really go out there and take what's yours.
Tony, same question for you, because it's such a great fight on paper, and the first one obviously was very fun, and there's a bit of expectations to live up to now because it was so action-packed. What lessons did you learn from that first fight back in February?
From the first fight, I just learned that I need to run more. You know what I mean? If my condition would have been a little bit up, it wouldn't have been even close enough for them to even try to call it a draw. You know what I mean? But Saturday we will right that wrong, like they said. You know, because it was the wrong decision. But we will make sure they know on Saturday.
You think you deserve to win on the night back in February?
Most definitely.
Did you think you deserved to win back in February?
Oh, absolutely. And everybody who saw that fight know what it is too.
Okay, I like it. Crescent City. Going up against Orlando. This is great. And finally, Uriah, good to see you again. It has been a while. We last saw you back in 2022 after that win over Le'Veon Bell. How did this opportunity come about for you? Because we obviously initially heard that Julio was going to fight Darren Till on that July 20th card. Darren unavailable, and you appeared. So how did this opportunity come about?
Simple. You know, my coach just called me about it, and I said, let me think about it, and I just jumped on it.
How come you have not fought since that fight against Le'Veon in October of 2022?
Just hanging out, being a civilian, you know, just doing normal stuff. But as an athlete, as a warrior, you know, you still have those tendencies. And from time to time, I get a little bored. I'm like, you know what, I think I want to do this again. So when this came up, I got excited.
And what an opportunity against a legend, Julio Cesar Chavez, who we have not seen since 2021. I'm just wondering, Julio, what are your motivations now at this stage of your life and career? Like I said, a bit of a hiatus. Why are you coming back against Uriah Hall?
Oh man, I'm very excited and I'm ready. You know, to be back in boxing is great for me again. So I'm ready to fight. I'm in shape. So I have a big opponent in front of me. So I'm ready to put a performance this Saturday.
Is this the beginning of a comeback for you or a one-off?
Yes, it's the beginning of the comeback.
Okay. And Uriah, just curious, man, you know Anderson Silva, who you beat a few years back, beat Julio. I'm wondering if you watched that fight and if you took anything away from that fight.
No, I haven't watched that fight.
You haven't?
No.
It was a great fight.
That's cool.
Any particular reason why you wouldn't watch it?
I don't know. I just didn't watch it.
Your team watched it.
I guess so. Yeah. I don't really watch too much. Yeah.
Have you rewatched that fight, Julio?
Oh my God, I never watched again.
Okay, wow. No one's watched it. All right. No one watched that fight. I lied. It sucked.
I watched it.
Who watched it? You watched it.
I watched
it. It was a good fight, right?
Well, I watched it to study Anderson.
That's right.
So Uriah, you should be watching.
Yeah. What's with all this non-watching? So H2O should be watching Lucas too.
I don't know, bro. I'll be watching everything.
Do you watch Mike's footage?
Yeah, Mike. Yeah.
But is there anything you can gain from watching that? Because he's fighting in bare knuckle and not, Queensberry rules.
He had a boxing match in a triangle that I gained a lot of knowledge from. A lot of openings. It's going to be a short night, Ariel.
What did you learn from that?
He's just open for anything I want to throw at him.
That fight was like 3 years ago or so. I feel like you've improved a lot. You've evolved a lot since then. Is that fair?
Yes, thank you. I've been winning since then. That's all I know. I've been victorious. I've been succeeding consistently, and I've been getting better every single day. Put this little twerp in his place. He's new to this game. Welcome. You just got here.
What's your boxing record?
No, I appreciate the work you've done, but what's my professional fighting record? I've got 30 professional fights.
You're 0-1 as a boxer, and you're telling me welcome to this sport.
And I'm
going to
beat you. Isn't that crazy?
It's going to be a rough welcome.
It's going to be a rough welcome. But how many pro boxers you fought, Jake? Those two guys, that guy you hit with the uppercut, who the hell was that guy?
I knocked out 2 pro boxers in the first round.
That other guy, that last fat guy you fought. I'm glad you got your shirt open so everybody can see your fat ass belly, because
I'm
not as fat as the last guy you knocked out, and you barely knocked him out. The ref stepped in because the guy didn't even know how to defend or punch back. He didn't even throw anything back at you. Don't worry, you're gonna get what you've been asking for. The fight to go longer than 1 round. I'm gonna give you hell in the first and the second round. Just
Perfect.
wait and watch.
2 rounds.
And you're going to get tired. You're going to be grasping for air. I made a new word, grasping. You're going to be grasping for air. But I'm going to be breathing in your ear, Jake, making them noises from the Diddy party.
Oh, my. Could I ask, Jake, how much do you expect to weigh on Saturday?
I'll be like 215.
Okay, this is a 200-pound fight, but I'm just wondering, after you rehydrate, 215. What about you, Mike? Because it's been a talking point going into this fight that he may be a little bit bigger than you.
Well, I get heavier in the night, so I'll be like 198. Depending on how I eat that day, I might weigh in between 194 and 196. That's my weight.
Okay.
I'll be fast as lightning. I'm gonna strike you too.
And you think on Saturday you'll be under 200?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. You think that's your advantage?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. None of this matters. Skills is what pay the bills. And he has no footwork, no head movement, no defense. He's a great offensive fighter and bare knuckle. But in terms of boxing, he's going to get picked apart very quickly, and it's going to be a short night. Like I said, my predictions are never wrong. So I stand on business every single time. I manifest it into reality. I, Jake Joseph Paul, will knock out Mike Perry in less than 2 rounds. It's going to happen. Put the money on it.
Tougher test, Mike Tyson or Mike Perry?
I mean, both are killers. Both are killers, and both are super, super dangerous. But that's why I wanted to stay active, keep this fight card alive, stay getting experience under the bright lights on my path to world championship. And that's what matters, is getting the experience under the bright lights. And this is a Mike appetizer, Mike warm-up. But they're both killers at the end of the day. And I do have to be sharp. He does have one-punch knockout power that I do have to respect. But other than that, it's going to be easy.
You got beat by Love Island Boy. Love Island Boy beat you up. He ain't no killer, and he beat you up.
I thought he was going to say, what do you think of the outfit, his outfit?
Looks good. He got money. He know how to dress and take care of himself. That's good, but I get down and gritty. I'm a dirty motherfucker. Point blank, period. I'm going to get nasty in there.
Bro, you went to private
school. Ear, Jake.
You went to private school. What are you saying, bro? You act like you're from the hood.
You keep lying to yourself. You're going to find out the truth in a couple of days, buddy. You're going to bleed, Jake.
What do you want him to explain, Jake?
Why he says he's from the hood, but he went to private school. Everyone's confused.
Everybody knows where I'm from, Jake.
No, we don't. We literally don't.
You would die if you drank the water I drank growing up playing at recess.
Flint, Michigan?
Yeah,
what do you mean? Why are you bragging about that?
Hell yeah, that shit made me who I am.
Fucking dumb as shit.
Flint Town and APK, yes you are.
It made me who I am. I'm grasping for air. It made me who I am. Drink the water.
That's what you're gonna sound like. First body shot.
Let's take some questions from the media.
Speaking of which, I actually got you something here.
Oh.
Since you are private school Perry, got you this cap and gown. Try that on, brother. You're not from the hood. You went to private school.
I never got to do this. I'm graduating before I beat your ass on Saturday. I never got to do that. Yeah.
Congrats. You didn't graduate?
Nope. I started boxing at the School of Hard Knocks with Chrissy Martin, who was my first boxing school in the Mike Tyson Brothel style of boxing.
You should post your report card from when you were a kid, and that could put an end to all this private school talk.
There's lots of D on there for you, Jake.
You know I like that.
We didn't even plan that. I just laid it up. Let's take some questions from the media. If you guys want to just line up here, we've got Mike and Liz with the shirts, MVP shirts, and.
This reminds me of UFC Pittsburgh. I was with Uriah in UFC Pittsburgh a long time ago before I beat up Alex Reyes in like 40 seconds. I just reminded of that. It just feels great that I'm gonna do it again. It's gonna be a big full arena of people ready to boo Jake Paul.
I love the necklace, by the way. Can you show it to the crowd? What is that? That's his face, right?
Yes.
Where'd you get that?
And Rocco's Jewelry in New York City. Shot a little foreshadowing for the.
How much does it go for?
Well, with the chain and the pendant, it should be about 40,000.
Wow. And you can only wear that this weekend.
It should be about, these are CZ diamonds and that shit fake.
No, they not. Don't play my guy. Hey, New York City got the best jewelry out there. My boy Rocco right there with Trent.
Hey, that shit looks green from over here, bro. Come on.
My shit.
Your neck turning green, bro. You know
All right,
that's
sir.
fake,
If
right?
you could